Hello YouTube, and welcome to another episode of Why Is It Banned? In this episode we're going to be talking about Painful Choice. What does this card do? Well, this card basically says select 5 cards from your deck and show them to your opponent. Your opponent then selects 1 card that will be added to your hand and discard the remaining to the graveyard. Now of course, nowadays if you use this, Fables would abuse this like there's no tomorrow, and a few Dark World cards would as well. But the reason this got mainly banned was because of the fact of Exodia decks back in the day when they used Exodia Necros. That became very, very popular, and it was completely broken as anything. They used to literally bring the 5 pieces of Exodia, or depending on how many they had left in their deck, to their hand by using Painful Choice, showing it to their opponent. The opponent would also say, oh yes, I'll take a left leg or whatever, and give it to their hand, thinking the opponent's really stupid, sending all pieces to the graveyard. But once they send them to the graveyard, they either summoned out Exodia Necros, and if Exodia Necros got blown up, they would use things like backup soldiers to bring the cards back. So they used to really recycle the cards. Painful Choice basically drew the Exodia parts out of the deck, and other cards used to bring them back. And also nowadays with Dark Worlds and Fables, this card is completely busted. A lot of players would find this card very, very interesting, especially because it's worse than Pot of Duality, because you get to search even more. So I don't see this card coming off the ban at all because it's too broken, completely retarded. I mean, the picture's nice, don't get me wrong, but I don't see it coming off because it's too much ease. I mean, you can send multiple cards to the graveyard that you want. Your opponent has to select one of them, so you could select really 4 powerful cards you've got on one crappy one. They're going to send the crappy one to your hand, send all the other cards you want to the graveyard, and then all you do is activate Monster Reborn, called the Haunted, or something like that. So it makes this card completely busted in this format, and I don't really see this card coming off at all. So what do you think? Do you see this card coming off? Would you use this card? Or would you just rather this card stay on the ban list? Please rate and subscribe.